Hello there, YouTube crew. I'm the real deal. Today we're going to be looking at Violent Night. Well, I wasn't sure I was going to do a Christmas video, but I heard about this movie for the first time last week, and I heard that Santa kills a man with a candy cane, so I had to check it out. It was pitched to me as Die Hard meets Home Alone, except with Santa as John McClane and a little girl in Macaulay Culkin's place. And it turns out it was pretty good. There's some great action and good tension building. It's well shot. And the side characters are better than I expected them to be as well. Another person said that the Home Alone was more of a reference, but there actually is a trap sequence, and it has some really good escalation to it. Harper is great, the girl is great, and they have a good dynamic together. I think John Leguizamo is a pretty good antagonist. He's not as great as he could have been, but he's John Leguizamo, and he was a pretty decent villain. I'm also glad that they actually did make Santa very vulnerable in this. They could have just had him be a unstoppable beast, but as strong as he is, he's not impervious to even the smallest of stuff. And going in, I did have to wonder how they were going to keep Santa stationary to the house, but they actually do have a reason for it. The bad guy crew start out very hardcore and then become zanier as the movie goes on, and that really works tonally for the movie. And I also want to say their acceptance that they're facing the real Santa was much better done than the hostages realizing that it's a real Santa. I would say that ending was a little tacky, a little bit unearned, and I gotta say the grandma's place in that scene and just prior to that moment is very undercooked. Like she's like distant in the background when she should be, at least her reaction should be very much in the forefront. And that goes along with her dynamic, the grandma's dynamic with the father. And I knew the very instant that she read the Christmas card, I knew what that was. And they did do a good job of at least one scene between them, one exchange between them that developed it. But I feel like that should have been developed more. That could have been a really interesting and good exploration of the their motivations. Best scene, hands down, had to be this almost magical stall tactic that even the meanest bad guy had to have a little joy in his heart when it happened. It was very nice. It's very well done, extremely well shot, well coordinated, and then the turn of it, it all worked really well. And I'll choose one nitpick for this movie. There could be a couple different things, but one that really stuck with me through the film. There's a gate guard. Um, he has a pretty good first scene, and he seems like a good guy. I wanted to see a little bit more of him, and then the next scene he's in, there's a shot, and then the next shot you can feel something's missing. I feel like there's an exchange that happened. It probably maybe just wasn't a good exchange, but I feel like we ought to have seen just a little tad more of him, and so it kind of did peeve me that whatever was there is gone, and you can kind of see the stitchings. And I'll tell you, this could be a pretty good double feature alongside Fat Man. They're both rated R movies about a grumpy, disillusioned Santa Claus who's mad about all the children who have lost the Christmas spirit. Everybody's greedy, this and that, and even has them drinking at a bar, mulling over it. And of course, their antagonist is a grudge against Christmas. So they share that, but they have very different plots and pretty different genres. I mean, they still are both kind of action movies, but um, this one much more so, and very much a Die Hard clone. And off one viewing, I would say I prefer Fat Man. I think it's a better movie. I actually really want to revisit it and see how, if my opinion has changed or if I've grown to like it more. Walter Goggins is great in it. But if you're more into a lot more action, then you should check out Violent Night. I'm the real deal. Glad y'all stopped by to watch. Goodbye.